Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian families collection. For today's video, I thought we could go on a little driving picnic with the pickleweeds and take a closer look at this set here, which is the roof rack with picnic set. Taking a look in the 40th anniversary collection book, we can find this set on the page just here. It was released into the Japanese range in 2012 and marketed to go with the range of products on this page here. You can see the log cabin, tree house, some kind of outdoor activity sets, canoe, swan boats, and of course, the picnic roof rack. I don't think it goes across the page, no, then we're on to the seaside cruiser. And you can see just in the picture here, the car it's marketed to go with. So it's slightly newer than the car I've got here, which is I think the classic green family car or something like that. All the cars, I can never remember all the names, but it does fit on this car type as well. There's also a light blue version of this car. It does fit, we'll see that later in the video. Just on this page we can see the entry for the car, and that is from 2011. The version of the set I have here is from the UK range. You can see it was put out by Flair. It came out in around about 2013 and it's probably one of the last batch of products with the Flair marking on there. So let's, as always, start by taking a look at the box. We'll then take a look at all the accessories the set comes with, and then finally we'll do a setup with the pickleweed family at the end. So bringing the camera a little bit closer to the box, you can see this box is a little bit worse for wear. It's a bit wibbly where it's been squished over the years. I did get this set secondhand. I got it for a really good price though, so I'm not too worried about keeping this particular box. But on the front we can see obviously the set name, roof rack with picnic set. You can see figures not included, but we've got the chocolate rabbit family in that car that I just showed you in the book, and the set, kind of the focus on the picture on top of the car. And here's a little setup of what the picnic can look like using these accessories. On the top we've got another couple of set images which also shows it with the canoe. I do have this set so we can try this configuration as well. I like the versatility of this set and the fact that you can have it for a picnic, you can have it for a canoe, or you could have it for any number of things that you want to put on a roof rack. On the left hand side of the box we've got some more images, this time from the sides, showing those two sets again. Same images on the right hand side. On the back we've got the usual Sylvanian family's little bit of blurb here, but no particular blurb about this particular set, so it doesn't have its little story, but you can obviously imagine that the chocolate rabbit family are out for a picnic. Here again is a better view of the car. And then on the bottom of the box we have the flat lay image with all of the pieces. Mine is missing this little fork piece. There's a knife that's been substituted in, but I do have this piece so I can show you it from another set. Let's get on and have a look at the individual pieces. Upon opening the box, I forgot to mention, there's some instructions here on the inside flap showing you how to set up the chair, the table and the barbecue. And then over here how the elastic bands work with the little hooks and how they go on to the roof rack, just in case that's helpful for anyone. So starting with the main piece of the set, the roof rack itself, you can see it's kind of this white plastic in a grid formation. These are the little clips that will clip it onto the roof of the car. And then it has some parts in here which I think help these particular accessories the set comes with clip in. It's got these kind of little side bits so it looks quite nice from either side. But overall a quite simple piece on its own. We then have this little picnic hamper. It's in a nice kind of light brown colour with dark brown buckle. It does open and close. It's on just a hinge at the back here. And you can see there's quite a lot of room in there to store pieces, which is always good. And it clips closed nice and firmly. I like the wicker detailing on this. It's a very nice piece. Versatile as well. You could use this in other setups quite easily. We then have picnic table and chairs, but let's start with the table. So you can see it's got this nice wood effect top and it does fold down flat for easy storage on the roof rack. You can see the legs here and a clip, and to open this out is just like so. That goes in there, and then you've got a table. I think the design works pretty well for it being kind of flat pack table. You then get 2 chairs, same again, they fold open. They are identical, so we'll just look at one closely. But for these, you fold the back up. You can see there's a nice bit of detail on here, as well as where the kind of nails or screws would be. The seat looks pretty realistic, again with these nail or screw holes all the way down. And then you've got the legs, they work on the same kind of mechanism, another clip here. And you just pop this in here, and you've got a little fold-up chair. I have a chair kind of just like this in my garden, so I can attest that this is pretty realistic. And the other one folds out just exactly the same. I really like these. Can never have too much garden and picnic furniture. They're always great for spring summer scenes. Then the last of the bigger accessories, helpfully it says what it is on it. This is the barbecue, and it folds up into this kind of carry case-esque thing. Again, flat pack to go on the roof rack. So there's a wooden piece or plastic made to look like wood on this side, and it has a holder for a couple of the accessories I'll show you in a minute. Nice silver handle on here as well. This flips up and makes the barbecue grill piece, and then it has legs that fold away underneath. You can open those up like that, open that out like that, and you've got a flat pack barbecue. We then have smaller accessories, starting with these 4 identical hooks. These are what attach to the elastic bands that we saw in the instructions to hold the pieces onto the roof rack. 4 of those, 2 of these bright yellow elastic bands. Considering the age, I'm not sure if these are going to hold, but we will try and put these hooks on. So it shows on the box, putting it through there and then passing the band through itself to secure the hook on. I'm not sure what this kind of knot is called, but works pretty well. And then it shows doing the exact same thing on the other side with another hook. If it wants to go through, a little bit fiddly. And then passing the band with the hook on it through and pulling it tight. Obviously, because it's a rubber band, it kind of wants to get stuck to itself, but there we go. So we've got there a hooking mechanism that should then be able to hook on here and hold parts in place. Exactly the same for the other one, but I'll do that off camera later. Then the set also comes with 4 plates. These are all exactly the same, so we'll just have a look at the one. These are pretty nice. I like the red rim on them, just gives them a bit more interesting colour than just being plain white. It's a mould I think we've seen before, but as I said, I really like the red rim on these. Then we have some tools for the barbecue. So this is the knife I mentioned that have been substituted. The tongs are original to the set. They are the usual kind of Sylvanian tongs. They have a little knob here on the barbecue that they can sit on like so. This is a substituted piece. I'm not even sure if this is Sylvanian or not, but you know, nice big knife, could definitely be used at a barbecue. But the piece the set is missing is this one here, which is the barbecue fork. This piece has been included in a number of these kind of barbecue sets, so I've just stolen one from another of my sets, but this is the piece it should come with. And again, there's a place for this to sit on the barbecue table, just like so. We then have foods to go on the barbecue. So first up, we've got this lovely corn on the cob that can be grilled. I think we've seen this kind of piece before in these picnic and barbecue sets, but it is nicely detailed with each of the individual little cobs on there and the greenery. We also have a fish for the barbecue. Maybe they've been fishing in the river. Again, I think we've seen this mould before, but it's just a nice little addition for the barbecue. We then have a sandwich that can be assembled of parts. So we have the kind of bread roll part, which has the space to insert the ingredients or the fillings. We have these 2 lovely tomato pieces. These are double-sided with the imprints and moulded together. And then we have this piece, which is lettuce. And I think maybe it has cheese on it, or maybe it's just a differentiation in colour on the lettuce, but these should both fit into this sandwich like so to make a lettuce and tomato sandwich that looks very, very tasty. Those fit in there pretty well as well, so they're in there quite firmly and don't feel like they're just going to fall out. Finally, we have 4 kebab pieces. I think these are probably all meant to be the same. These two are a slightly paler colour than these two. I don't know whether that's to do with maybe these were in the sunlight and these weren't, or it could be that these are meant to look more grilled than these. I'm not sure. I've had a look in the box and it's a little bit hard to tell, but let's just take a look at one of these. So we've got a pepper down the bottom, green pepper, and you can see it looks like it's been cut into either halves or quarters or something like that. You've got the outside of the pepper there, inside of the pepper there. And we've got a nice bit of onion on there as well. You can see it's got a nice amount of detail on it. And then this on the top, I think, is maybe a little cocktail sausage or something like that. Could also be tomato or another kind of fruit or veg. But just the shape of it makes me think it's a little cocktail sausage. But you get 4 of those, and that's everything the set comes with. I reckon all of these accessories will fit in this basket. So I'm going to fold everything flat and then we'll try putting it on the roof rack on the car like it shows in the picture. So here's our lovely car. This particular car I got in a bundle with the caravan set, so the car and caravan set, but I think it was also available separately, and I definitely remember seeing a light blue version and maybe even a red version as well with the kind of wood effect on here. But just to show that this roof rack will fit on this car as well. So it shows it sitting kind of about there in line with the windscreen. And then let's pop everything on and see how it works. So I'm just copying the picture on the box so we can try and fit everything on. So it does indeed all fit on there nicely. And then here's our elastics. So let's put those over. It shows it going like that. And then the second one over the tables and chairs. And yep, that works pretty well. So if you were driving the car along, like playing with it, or for a stop motion or something, it stays on there really well. And even if we were to tip it about, well, the car seats have fallen out, but that actually keeps everything on there very sturdily. So I'm pretty impressed with that. So between filming that last bit and this bit, unfortunately, the elastics have failed. I thought that this might happen because they are, you know, they're quite old now and rubber does deteriorate faster than, say, elastic or something like that. So that is something to look out for if you are getting this set secondhand, that the elastics probably will perish quite quickly. I'm going to go and see if I can find something to substitute these with. After raiding my rubber band stash, I have found these to substitute. Not quite as pretty as the yellow, but hopefully they'll at least see us through to the end of this video where I can find a more permanent solution. So let's just try these. Yes, so you could definitely just substitute in rubber bands. See through. Elastic would probably be better, and I'll probably look to get some thin elastic to make new straps with. But to get us through the rest of the video, let's go with these. So that's that configuration. Let's try this one with the canoe. So yep, that works really nicely as well. Again, on there very, very securely. The rubber helps it stop slipping around as well. So that probably is a benefit to using a rubber band rather than maybe some elastic. But that works, and you could easily use it for anything of probably about this height, I would say, unless you get longer straps to hold it on with. The clips are good though, they're pretty sturdy, so you could attach them to lots of different types of strap in order to be able to have kind of bigger things on here. I've seen people use this roof rack for different scenes and things. So obviously picnic scene it works with, canoe scene, or even things like their villagers moving house, so they have a load of furniture on top of here, or maybe they're setting up a shop, so they have shop stock on top of the car. So really nice versatile piece. It's also pretty easy to take it off without having to take off what's on top. So if you want to get to your Sylvanians and pop them in the car, but you've already decorated the top, then that's nice and easy as well. You can just go like this and then attach the roof rack back on top once they're already in. So that's great. We've got our lovely pickleweeds demonstrating the car there for us. Last thing I wanted to do in this video is set them up the little picnic that I promised them. So let's go ahead and do that now. So there we are, barbecue and picnic well underway. We've got Dad on the barbecue, Mum's getting some more bits out of the hamper, and the children are sitting at the table enjoying some of the delicious things that have already come off the barbecue. I decided to keep the canoe on top of the car just because it looked nice in the scene, but realistically you wouldn't be able to have all of this and the canoe on there as well, so it wouldn't be necessarily practical if you were wanting to put all this stuff away, say for like a stop motion or playing or whatever. It wouldn't all fit out there, just a disclaimer. If like me you're thinking these accessories feel really familiar, at least the barbecue and the table and chairs, they feel really familiar. Where might I have seen them before? More recently there is this set from 2021. I don't have the box, I've just got the cardboard cutout with the contents. This is the Bubblebrook Elephant Sister, and she came with this little barbecue set. You can see all of these accessories are the same except the plates are different colours. Got this same fold-up barbecue. The chairs look to be similar but not the same. This actual table and chair set I think is the same as the one that came with the fish and chips van, at least from memory in my collection, and it probably came with some other ones as well. But this is a more recent and more readily available set if you were liking these accessories but not so fussed about the roof rack. But that brings me to the end of today's video. I'm really loving the versatility of this set. I can't wait to use it in some future setups. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments. I always love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.